Welcome back to Backyard Cars. And today, courtesy of our friends at Alloyworks, we've got a 3-core aluminum radiator with dual fans to install in the Motley Carlo. So, let's get into the radiator and see what we got. So, in case you don't know who Alloyworks is, they make a lot of parts. And as you could imagine by the name, it's aluminum. So this is the first time I've ever used one, although I have seen them and I have researched them, because we would never talk about products that we wouldn't use or don't use. But this is the first time I'm going to be putting one on one of my vehicles. So, first off, it's packaged well. The foam insulators on each side of the top, foam padding to keep the radiator from bouncing around inside there. Got a good packet of stuff we'll check out in a second. And the rad, which, well, is looking pretty good. Let me go ahead and set this box on an angle here. Try to pop it out of this plastico so we can check on it, see what we got here. That's actually pretty sharp. Well, at first glance, I'm going to tell you that looks gorgeous. Dual fans. Most of these radiators, when you get them, you got to buy the shroud and the fan kit separately and use your own hardware, but this is already mounted. This is like pretty much plug and play. Got a couple different hookups over here. I'm not sure what that one or this one, that looks like some type of quick fit release thing. And then our automatic transmission lines. It's looking pretty good. It came in pretty good shape. I don't see any damaged spots. The welds look pretty good. Welds actually look really good. I mean, the whole thing, looks pretty sharp. Set it down here. We'll get you in here and check it out real quick. Look at the good solid welding. I mean, it's got the cap, got our fans, dual 90-watt fans that are curved blade. I don't know what they call that. Hook blade. So they're quieter. That's what I do know. The hardware for the shroud is in there. Got a nice petcock. I mean, look at the weld. This is a pretty quality piece of merchandise. Try to flip it over here. We'll turn it around so we can see it. I don't want to lay it down on the fans. And again, look, I mean, everything on it. I don't think you could find one that's, got all this going on for itself. And they are cost effective. This whole setup you see right here, $275 out the door. And it comes with, imagine this is our hardware, nope, this is our wiring kit for the fans. Good relay. Couldn't see the amperage on it, but that's our wiring for our setup, our fans, fuse, and everything you need to hook it up, and a temp sensor. So we can hook it directly in and have the fans come on with the temp, as opposed to just kick it on with the key. But you could hardwire it so it just comes on with the key. The first impression here is, well, this is great. I mean, most of these radiators, well, they're in the $6,000 to $1,000 range for all this. And like I said, $275 to the house. So, I guess let's pop the hood and we'll start tearing apart the Motley and getting all the old junk out and setting up to fit this beautiful piece in. Get in here. Get to getting out this stuff that we, you know, we did cheaply. So this is our old beat up wrong size aluminum. And I think this is a 4-core that's in here, but it's beat up and it's the wrong size, and we got our, you know, junkyard salvage fan kit on here, and we got to remove all that and pull this setup out and try to save on it, because I think we're going to stick it in Money Pit, since Money Pit's radiator has sprung a leak and is the original V6 radiator for that car, so it's not wanting to cool the, you know, the V8 very well. So we don't want to damage none of this, and we want to try and take it off in a, you know, responsible manner. Come on now. Stay with me, fella. This diver just built nesting behind there. Hold the radiator up. And there's my dairy rig fans, that's great. Oh, that's yummy. That looks like chocolate milk. So, more like rust. That's alright. You don't want to see that. And out with the old. She was beat up. Oh, and apparently it leaked one time. Somebody epoxied the old girl. Alright. Nope. What was that? Well, I'll be. That looks, well, better than expected, at least. I can get in here and try and clean up on some of it. Maybe. Wonder if I should remove the old AC. It's never going back in it. Take the condenser out, allow a little more air to just push right through the front of the car. And lighten her up 5 pounds, you know? Maybe. Maybe not. Alright, we did what everyone would do, and we sawzalled her in half so we could take her out in 2 pieces, or I would have had to take apart a bunch of stuff to get it to come out. So now we're going to get in here and try and clean up some of this stuff that's in here and, you know, protect it with some of that rust reformer, you know, and just kind of coat it down, make it all decent. So I guess let me go get my wire wheel and cleaning stuff and my spray, you know, and just try and do what we can right here. All right, let me finish this, and we'll bring you back. So now we got the majority of the thing wire brushed. Now we're gonna hit it with our special cleaner. It's just Windex with like half a bottle of alcohol dumped into it. You know, we break down the grease and dry everything up real well. And I don't know if this is the proper way, you know, but I've been doing it this way for a long time, and it works good. So we'll wipe everything down to get all the little bit of dust off and try to give our rust reformer the best surface to, you know, stick to. I know somebody's like, what are you doing, you dum-dum? I don't care. I mean, if you want to come by and do it for me, show me, learn me something, I'm all for it. I'll watch you. I'm not afraid. I was told by a smart man, anything with a lot of alcohol will be alright. And so I added, like I said, half a bottle of alcohol. Maker's Mark or something, whatever I can pour in there. The beams to the gym. And if you're using that stuff, you know, make sure it's 2 shots for the bottle and 2 shots for you. No, we don't do that. You'll never get anything done. People be blaming me for not finishing their projects on account of they got hammered. So it's dried pretty good now. We're spraying. Just trying to slow down any of the old rust that's happening here. Protect it just a little bit. Anything you can save on it. I guess that's looking pretty jazzy. What do you think? Apparently I got majority. I mean, I got it, right? No, it's good enough. Alright guys, now that we've got, you know, brand new metal down here and repaired all the rust. No, we didn't. But now that it's ready to go, we're going to go ahead and put the radiator in. And, well, I tried to find the correct insulator bushings for the top and the bottom, and nobody has them. I can't get them today. Unless, well, one place had 2 of them and could get the other 2 later, but they wanted like $60 for it. So I wasn't doing that. So I ordered them. They'll be here Wednesday. Now, I'm just going to put the old rubber hose I cut back in for now, just to keep it from laying on the metal. And it's a quick, you know, swap when I get them in Wednesday. But just so we can keep moving forward, that's what we're going to do. So, I'm not sure. Just gently lay her down in here. I mean, that's a perfect fit, guys. I'll just set these underneath it for now, just to, like I said, just to keep it, you know, from bottoming out on the metal. We're not driving it or anything. I just don't want it sitting metal to metal down there right now. Probably ought to move that off of where the rad hose goes. I can't believe they didn't have these things in stock anywhere. But you know, that's how it goes. That's how it goes with every damn thing. In these old cars now, nobody keeps anything in stock. That's pretty good looking, huh? Just throw these goobers over the top. Like I said, we just want to keep the things from not doing the things, you know? Just keep it. That's gonna fit perfectly, huh? Alright, I cleaned up another. I had one from a Chevelle that wasn't as bent up as mine, so I just cleaned it up, and we'll stick it in here for now. Well, probably permanently, to be honest with you, because it was in way better shape than mine. Not too bad, huh? She looks pretty good. Well, I mean, that's what she's gonna look like. I still got a flush here and there, and I guess I'm gonna buy 2 new hoses because those are kind of old, and well, you know, they've been cut off so the other one fits. So we'll pull those and flush the motor, and then we gotta, you know, wire them up. And I think what I'm gonna do with the fans is I'm gonna wire one fan to the thermal relay and use my old relay setup and wire the other fan to the key switch. So one fan comes on when you turn on the key, and the other fan will come on with temperature in the block. That way we're not running 2 fans all the time. You know, but that's, I mean, it fits perfectly. As far as fitment, you couldn't ask for anything any better. I just wish I had the right bushings that I should have had before I decided to do all this, but I figured you could get them, you know, you could get them from the parts store. But I was wrong. But what do you guys think? I mean, Alloyworks has got a nice unit here, don't they? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've got it in. We got our new hoses hooked up. Lines ran. I went ahead and wired the fans up. And I used my old relay and the new relay kit. Right here, old relay, new relay. And that way I can run one fan off the key switch all the time. And the second fan I'm going to run to the temp sensor that's up here on the intake. And I'm sure you Eagle Eye fellers know that that's not the same intake we started with. We had an issue with the heater core. The intake cracked right here pulling this plug out for the heater core. So I had to swap intakes. And I can't show you all that in this video, so I'll show you it in the next one. But these fans, they're jamming right now. Right now, this relay is hooked to the ground, so they both come on with the key. And they are moving some air, let me tell you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to clip this wire here that's going from the relay to the ground, and I'm going to run this down through my wiring loom and over to the temp sensor. And so that one fan will come on when the temp hits the right temp, the other one will come on with the key. So here's our, I mean, it's kind of zip tied, but that's how we do things. The only thing I didn't like about the kit is, well, it only came with one relay, so you could either run both fans constant or both fans off the temp switch. And well, I don't want them on the same one. That's the only thing that I wanted to do different. One fan for each relay. That way, if one relay goes bad or you lose something, you're not losing both fans. And there's no sense for them to both come on with the key, you know? So that's how we got her set up. And now I'll clip this and run that line up there, and then we're gonna zip tie these in and, you know, wrap up this project. Alright, let's get this temp sensor plugged in. Try to hide this wiring. This is the boring part of the whole thing. It's tedious. There's nothing cool, you know, to show. But I will say this about these radiators. I'm thoroughly happy with the product, for sure. I think it's everything that I was hoping it was going to be. And for, you know, the price that I was hoping it was going to be. Very affordable. And if you've got a factory radiator and you're running, you know, the clutch fan setup and you're ready to swap that out, well, you're going to gain 20% more cooling or so using the aluminum. And you might even gain, you know, a little bit of HPs losing that clutch fan. Because, well, the clutch fan's putting drag on the motor that won't be there with the electrico-digital fans. And that, it looks good too, you know. This is the not so fun part of this whole ordeal. Trying to hide all your shady wiring. And now we should have temperature senses. There, running down, relay hooked up, so we should have one fan. You pick the on. One fan should come on now. Yep. And then the other one should come on when you got ground. There we go. Alright. So when it comes up to temp, the switch here will go to ground and cause the other fan to come on. Everything's working like it should. Gotta zip tie these up, but I have those mounts coming, so I don't want to zip tie this and then have to take it off. So let's just wait till those come on and we'll zip tie that up. But I mean, we're done. Now I'm going to address this real quick also. This radiator has provisions for the automatic transmission, right? And right now my cooler is up in front right here, and I'm going to leave that, but I got to buy 2 nipples to run into those 2 points right here. And then I'm going to jumper one hose in and one hose back out. And we're going to utilize the radiator and the small cooler up front. But I just don't have those, you know, nipples right now. I'll get them from the parts store. And I'll probably show you that in the next video when I show you what happened with the intake. But I'm just not allowed to show it to you right now. You know, contractual obligations. So, I mean, it's in. And it, you know, I gotta say, it's looking pretty fancy. Well guys, that was the Alloyworks radiator dual fan setup install. It took me about 2 hours of actual work time. If I had all my ducks in a row, maybe it would have been a little faster. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving it a 9. Quality built, come with all the stuff you need. Fan was already mounted to the radiator. And it's affordable. So we'll put a link in the description to alloyworksplus.com, and
while you're there buying your things, if you use code BYC at checkout, maybe we can save you a couple more dollars. Also, check out their YouTube channel at Alloyworks channel. Also, a link in the description. And you can find them on the face space. And don't forget to like and subscribe to us so you can see all the other things that we do. I'd like to give a special thanks to Alloyworks for sending us this radiator to try out. And I think the old girl's going to be happier and cooler. I mean, that old radiator was, you know, subpar. So, appreciate you watching. We couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, you guys make all this happen, really. And we'll see you next time. I'm going to get some lunch.